Here?
It's here?
Yes. All the energy flowing through the wedge comes together and collects here.
Is that thing a zoogle? Holy crap, it's huge!
A central core and a guardian?
Once we beat that thing, it'll stop the wedge from taking in any more astral energy, right?
It seems we're in for a fight regardless.
Here it comes. Stay sharp, everyone!
Is there no end to what the Renans can cook up?
I don't know if that's Shionne or what, but I do know it's pissing me off! Watch yourself. There is no knowing what it is capable of. Any other wisdom you want to pass along?
Bananas, let's go! Mega Ray!
Scream,
Carve
bathed
out
in
the
blood.
wall!
Rending you apart!
Burn in hell!
Bloody to the wind! Zephyr Trident!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Dance in the wind! Zephyr Easter! Sting again! Now! Where are you going?
Bloody rolling!
Zephyr Trident! Dance in the wind!
Can't get out of this!
Rising Falcon!
Astral energy!
Rising Wyvern!
The abyssal
Don't mind if I
clear
do.
for us a path!
Zephyr Trident!
Dragon Swarm!
Now you see what I can do!
Arrow Squall!
Far enough!
Sighted!
Resonate
Easter!
with the earth!
One man
More!
thousand gales! Carry the Trident!
Burn in hell!
Gusty Nail!
Rising
Cyan
Wyvern!
Instant! Dance in the wind! I never miss! Air Thrust! Cyan Instant! Astral energy! Air Thrust! Cyan Instant!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Cyan Instant!
Dragon Swarm!
Stalagmite! On your
Arch
knees!
Seal!
Be still!
Not in your dreams!
Rising Falcon!
Here I go! Sleep now!
Rising Wyvern!
Warp in the stockpile!
Soaring Spear!
Blah, blah, blah! Let the marksman handle this!
Rending you apart!
Seal!
Lightning Storm! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Nothing gets by me!
Be still!
Instant!
Here I come! Rising Falcon!
Mega Ray!
Dazzle!
1,000
Take
gales!
this!
Carry you to tread!
Rising
Cyan
Falcon!
Instant! Gusty Nail! I can
Resonate with the earth!
Flaming Thrust!
Stalagmite!
Mega Ray! Illuminate the soul!
Rending you apart!
Cyan Instant!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern!
This is it now! There! Vanquish darkness!
Heal!
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for?
Cyan Instant!
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Cyan Instant! Illuminate the
hell!
dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! This is it! Amazing! Not long to go now! We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks! Come on! Let's see when we get in there and finish this fight!
Okay,
Cyan Instant!
Rising Falcon!
I never miss! Cyan Instant!
Rising Wyvern! Finish it!
Redwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
Is it over? What the hell is going on?
Redwell! It's too dangerous! Stay back!
okay? Are you crying?
I'm not the only one.
I heard it. Whatever it was, I heard it.
As did I. I'm not sure I'd call it a voice, but it was there.
What in the world just happened?
That was Dahna's astral energy we just encountered. And I think what we heard might have been its voice?
You're saying astral energy has a mind of its own?
I haven't the slightest idea. But do you remember what happened when we fought Balseph back in Calaglia?
You mean when that fire monster came out of the spirit vessel?
Exactly. There was such a huge overflow of astral energy, it caused a monster to spawn and take physical form. Maybe the same thing happened here, just with way more astral energy and a bigger monster.
Does that mean if you gather enough astral energy, it can become sentient or take a physical form?
That's what I'm guessing, but it's just speculation. Master cores are able to hold a lot more energy than a spirit vessel, but we still haven't seen anything like that happen in our dealings with them.
That being said, there may be a mechanism of sorts inside Master Cores and spirit vessels that prevent such reactions.
That fire monster. I remember how it only appeared after Balsef's spirit vessel broke.
Then the reason Rinwell was able to sense all that astral energy earlier must have been because it was too much for that zoogle to contain by itself.
So, then where do you think the zoogle went? All that energy and poof, it's gone. The zoogle with it. Doesn't that sound weird to anyone?
Indeed it does. However, in order for us to move our hypothesis forward, we will need to gather more evidence first. On that note, how are you holding up, Rinwell?
I just can't work out why. Why the voice reached out to me first.
Rinwell?
I can't help but wonder if it's because of my heritage that I was the one to hear it. Sorry. That's a strange thing to think, isn't it? Anyway, we should get going, right? We need to make sure the energy flow has actually stopped.
Are we gonna have to take this winding path all the way back down, too?
Yeah, but if anything, it should be easier than the climb up.
Really? Well then.
Actually, I've heard it's easier to develop muscle aches when going down.
Get low!
Demon Prey! Can you take it? The Tempest engulfs you!
The wise warrior knows when to call it quits.
Coming through!
Lightning denied! Illuminate the
carve
dark!
through armor!
Not in your dreams!
Take
got
this! No further! You're mine!
Illuminate the
Where
dark!
are you going? The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Holy Rena!
The Tempest engulfs you!
Mega Ray!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
No
Here I come!
And a grab
Now I can let loose!
Fire instant!
Dragon Swarm! Make the official deep clear for us a path!
I thought you were going to wreck it.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
As impressive as always.
And here I hoped I wasn't proof.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shionne actually look trusted.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
I'm not done! Armor won't save you! Hurricane Thrust!
Now!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
see what you've got.
me.
Burn! Rotating piles up.
Sometimes a retreat is the best strategy.
No choice. I'll take you all on. Ignite!
In here!
No further!
Mega ray! Stockpile!
Blast the shot!
We're in trouble! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Pathetic! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Where are you going?
I'm in your death, Dahnan.
Now!
And tonight's
Keep
meal
off!
is
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Now! Go!
Deity! I'm ready!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
I've been doing really great lately.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
What's with that shining foe over there?
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty. Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining! I've got a really bad feeling about this!
This one's blind!
Cyan in! Arrow Squall!
The abyssal deep!
Don't mind if I do!
Renans!
Bizarre! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Pathetic! And it's
This
over!
one's all mine!
Vanquish darkness!
Begin!
Where are you going?
Catapult!
Mega ray! Evan! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
You're
Resonate with
open!
the earth!
Help this!
Stalagmite!
Hey! Squirrel's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
It looks like that beam of light has stopped.
Then is it safe to say we've avoided oblivion for the time being?
I can still sense a faint glimmer of energy, though. It hasn't completely dispersed.
You can tell? Rinwell, your senses seem a lot sharper than before, don't they?
And you said you heard that voice, right?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel bad, though.
If trace amounts, however small, do remain, then it leaves us no choice. We must destroy the entire structure.
What do you suggest? We bring it down piece by piece?
Once that's done, what do we do then?
We go to Lenegis. Even if we could destroy the whole wedge like he suggested, it'd only buy us time. The fact they sent this thing down tells me they're not giving up this planet without a fight.
There's also the matter of the Renis Alma. Its circumstances still have yet to be truly resolved.
But how do we even get to Lenegis?
What if we hotwire one of their starships? There's gotta be one on the planet somewhere, right?
Starships are only seen on Dahna at the start and end of the Crown Contest. Otherwise, they remain on Lenegis. Believe it or not, we Renans down here aren't quite as free to come and go as one might think.
Great. Well, I'm out of ideas then. We definitely don't have the tech to build a starship. And even if we found a Renan who'd help, who knows how long that'd take.
Yeah, Waiting for a starship to come down from Lenegis would probably be quicker than that.
Wait. Alphen, when you came down from Lenegis, it had to have been in a starship of your own, right?
Right. Oh, of course.
You can't be serious. That was 300 years ago. There's no way it's still gonna work.
But Alphen didn't wake up until a few years ago. That means it had to have still been functioning that whole time to keep his body preserved.
Indeed. You wouldn't happen to remember where you landed, would you?
My memories around where I parked are still a little hazy, but I do know that I woke up in Calaglia. So chances are it's still in the area. At least it's a place to start. Luckily, that realm's my old stomping ground, so I should be able to get us some help finding her.
This is it.
Yeah. As long as Lenegis stands there, there's no avoiding it.
So what's this help in Calaglia you're planning to enlist?
My buddy Nate. Our first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Shionne.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Is it about Alphen?
No. Not just him.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are! No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Shionne. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Dahnan who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand. I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am. Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renan like you, or a mage like Rinwell.
I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Dahnan who used to be a slave.
But regardless of all that, I'm here for you, Shionne.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hoodle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
Aw, are you tired, Hoodle?
You sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up. This is your hometown.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Dahnan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Well, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on.
Yeah!
Hey. Just great.
Hey!
Good.
What?
I wonder if something happened.
What? Right. Sure.
What? I'm not so sure.
Well? Sure.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancius.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. I won't forgive you! Dance in the wind! Zephyr, try it!
Nothing! By me!
Raging Cascade! Sprint! Freeze! Duel of the Arts! In here! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
In a barn!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Don't mind if I do! Freeze Lancer!
The abyssal deep!
That's my cue!
Not today! Shut him down!
Spear! Here's evil! Let the marksman handle this! Where are you going? Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Healing art?
It is.
Freeze Lancer!
Ignore your pain. I'll try to be more careful. Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
No choice!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
I can carve through armor!
Freeze Lancer! Lightning Orb!
Here I come!
You have to aim that bright area on their back! Don't mind if I do!
You're mine!
The flashing parts are weak points here!
Split it open!
Seal!
Be my guest!
Freeze Lancer!
Far enough!
Demon bird!
Lightning Orb! Where are you going? Alright! It's showtime! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
I'm in your death, Joe.
Then tonight's meal is on
Freeze
you.
Lancer!
You've got it.
I'm ready!
Alvin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
On your knees!
Pathetic!
Rising
No!
Zephyr!
One more! Glacial Spear!
Ready? Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Orochi, come one, come
Glacial
on!
Spear!
Now you see what I can do!
Thunderblade!
Charge like that could easily be fatal must be
Just
charged.
as well, I'm
I'm
here to
merely
stop.
doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on us, Joe.
Freeze Lancer! Glacial Spear! Here now! Law! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Now!
Demon Fang!
Coming through! Where are you going?
Demon
Now!
Fang!
Alvin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds. That equipment should... come in handy.
if you know what's good for you.
Glacial
Stay calm.
spear.
I shall provide assistance.
Do not stick his armor. Light astral energy.
I have no limit.
Glad you have your uses. Annihilation.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Not today!
Zephyr.
Shattering
Arch requires complete focus.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Bestow thy mystic no further.
Tempest Whirl.
Armor won't save you.
Turn the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Into the shadows. In the wind.
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
Not a friend's sport. We can't depend on one another.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Magic is there.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Not today!
Allow me to help you.
Maybe she'll
As impressive
a
as
little
always.
kindness, huh?
She is strong. I hope that wasn't. She can handle it.
No, you're even better than ever.
Really? I've never seen Shionne actually look flustered. Now, open! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Go no further! Pierce evil!
I carve through armor.
Freeze laser! Heal force!
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil! Thunder blade! Illuminate laser! Holy light! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Pesky airborne
Freeze
scoundrels.
laser! Sounds like a job for you, truly!
No place here.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze laser! Freezing storm! Ice tornado!
In a bind.
A freezing storm!
Demon Fang!
Ice tornado!
As impressive as always.
Don't mind if I do.
And here I hope I will.
Freezing storm! No, I've never seen Shionne actually look flustered.
We can really make weapons with this?
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some?
But a opponent like this should be easy.
Ice tornado! Freezing storm! Field!
Are those rockets? Bloody holiday!
Freezing storm! Hold on to your heart. Your ice tornado! A freezing storm!
Okay, here I go.
Ice tornado! Open! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Wow! Look what I just found.
Let's dispose of the trash. Oh, violent darting wind. Carve now!
You picked the wrong fight.
A freezing sleep now. Don't mind if I do.
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
A freezing black parts their weak point.
Rotating pile driver.
Ice tornado! Too much to handle. A freezing Dora! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Now!
Take this.
A freezing storm!
You picked the wrong fight.
Ice tornado!
Rotating pile
Open! This ends
Consider yourself finished!
No defense! One more! Freeze! No violence!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield
Hold on to your armor.
Get behind me.
Here I come!
I'll leave it to you!
I'm ready! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
You're open! One more! Freezing storm! Not the ice tornado! Here I go! Let's get you all tucked away! Mega ray!
Air pressure!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphin. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Carve through one! Can you take it?
Ice tornado!
You
know the weak point! Not on my watch! This one's mine! I never miss!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Holy land!
No further! Ready and raring! I can carve through armor! I'm ready!
Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
No defense!
Dazzle!
Astral energy!
All in order.
A freezing storm!
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Ice tornado! A freezing storm! Divine streak! Now, Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. Gotta break through!
Freezing storm!
Heal!
Ice tornado! Primed and ready! I never miss! A freezing storm! Ice tornado! A freezing storm!
Flying freeze! Why can't they just sit still?
Shionne, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! No, not my watch! Ice tornado! A freezing storm! Wind astral energy! Up and at 'em! Ice tornado! Blah, blah, blah! Holy land! A freezing storm! Ice tornado! Get to the wind field! Field! Let's get you all tucked away!
Rising weapon!
In a bind?
Soaring light! Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
You know,
Now!
keep training.
Primed and ready! You all tucked away!
Could have been worse.
I shall ensure you survive
Freezing
this.
storm! With darkness!
Save you!
Ignite!
Ice tornado! Don't mind if I do! I never miss! Lightning orb! A freezing storm! The flashing part's their weak point! Ice tornado! A freezing storm! Raging cascade! Ice tornado! Let's get you here! Go!
Try harder!
Confiscate! A freezing storm!
Bloody hell! Ready and ready!
Now! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry
No
distraction.
defense!
Not
There's
today!
still more to go!
This is the abyssal deep. Here for us a
I never miss!
You're mine!
Now! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
No defense! Firmament energy! A freezing storm! Arrow swirl! Ice tornado! A freezing storm! Ice tornado!
It's time.
Thunderblade!
In a bind?
Arch seal! Holy land!
Bestow thy
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Nicely done. Great, now I'm hurt and dirty.
Go no further!
Denied! Not today!
Raging
A
storm!
freezing storm!
Eat dirt! Dream! Ice tornado! I never fit!
Rising Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Armor won't save you!
A freezing storm!
Raising you a bloody
Another incantation ruin.
A freezing storm!
Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A merry distraction.
There's still more to go! A freezing storm!
So, honey,
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
A freezing storm!
Vanquish darkness! Ice tornado!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
A freezing storm!
Armor won't save you!
A freezing storm!
Carried away!
Lightning condemn! Thunderblade!
Begin!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Finish it!
Alvin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Now! One more!
No further!
A freezing storm!
You're mine!
Ice tornado!
Negative gauge!
A freezing storm!
Stalagmite! Blew away!
Ice tornado!
I'm ready!
Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Now! House this! Lightning into the
Raging
shadow!
storm!
In here!
Precision, precision, timing. All a perfect
Eat
10.
dirt!
That's it? Nothing else to add?
You take meticulous care of your fire.
Title!
We won.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly.
No
A
choice!
freezing storm! 1,000 gales! Ice tornado! Don't mind if I do!
Ignite!
Into the shadows! Where are you going?
Armor won't save!
Nothing gets by me!
Far enough! Now! Alvin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Now! House this!
Anything in order is all mine! Force back!
Ice tornado! Render! Mega Squall!
Hurricane thrust!
Now! Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A merry distraction.
There's still more
In
to
a
go!
bind!
Illuminate the dark!
Severing wind!
Holy land!
You're being
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Naked the abyssal deep!
Mega
Clear
Ray!
the path!
You're
Rising
open!
Wyvern!
Got this! Can't be
Soaring
nothing
Light
dream!
Spear!
What is it, Hoodles? You want to go back?
Animal intuition, perhaps?
Get lost! I'll never fit! Hit!
Burn in hell!
Raging cascade!
Freezing storm!
Seal!
Not done!
Ice tornado!
Freezing
ready.
storm!
Keep going! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Raging cascade! Got you!
Strike thrust!
A freezing storm!
Sword rain
Who
alcohol!
else has the way? Into the shadow! Thunderblade!
Denied! A freezing...
Be still!
Holy land! Ice tornado!
Where are you going?
Who wants to die next?
On your knees! Megasonic thrust!
Dance in the wind! Ice tornado!
A freezing storm!
Expert coming through!
Bloody holiday!
Ice tornado! More where that came from! Magic is there! If you don't mind if I do! Ice tornado!
Anything in armor is all mine! Finish it!
Zora! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Burn in hell!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Lightning condemned!
Bloody
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! Holy land!
Can't get out of this!
Scion instant! Go for the weak point!
too much.
A freezing storm!
Ready and ready! Armor won't save you!
Now! Long! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
A freezing storm! Tear you to shreds! Here goes! Not in your dreams! A freezing storm! Astral energy! Full throttle!
I've used a bit too much healing.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dahna's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning zoogles? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! A freezing storm!
Take this!
Ice tornado! A freezing storm!
Heal!
Ice tornado! Confiscating! A freezing storm! You got company! Raging storm! Tornado! Where are you going?
Stay away from my friend!
A freezing storm! Ice
On
tornado!
your deck, Johan. Then tonight's meal is on you. The current, the fluidity of your movement is simply incredible. Being interrupted.
Ice tornado!
Ready and ready!
In here!
Armor won't save you!
I'll be safe! Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You can be really dense, Johan. Freezing storm! Coming through! Don't mind if I do! Ice tornado! There you go! Freezing storm! Raging cascade! Ice tornado!
Show thy mystic mercy!
Where are you going? Thank you, Johan.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on. Hold on.
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
A freezing storm!
This isn't ideal.
A debut performance!
I'm ready! Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Oh, Madness! Guys, crumble! I never fit! Not on my watch!
Far enough!
A freezing storm!
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What our friends for, we have to depend on.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Ice tornado! A freezing storm! Illuminate the ice tornado! Holy liver! Holy land! A freezing storm! I'm ready! It looks like you got this one covered. Don't mind if I do!
Now you see what I can do!
A freezing storm!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Ice tornado!
Double
What would I do without you? A freezing storm! Ice tornado! Illuminate! A freezing storm! Holy glimmer! Holy light! Ice tornado!
Flame inside me yearns to be let free! Nothing gets by
Not
me!
in your dreams!
Take this!
A freezing storm!
Rise and wyvern!
Ice tornado! Going! Blah, 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 and a freezing...
Anything in armor is all mine!
A freezing storm!
I'll smash you! Bestow thy mystic mercy! Dragon form!
Steel force!
Now, all its feeling!
Take it down! In here! Ice tornado! Get you all cut to
This one's all mine! I'm ready!
Illuminate the sky! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! Here come more! You'll just have to keep fighting. Easter!
A freezing storm! If it's in the sky, it's
The
mine!
enemy wields ours too.
In
In an instant! Impact block!
We work well together. There!
Like a finely timed
Your
waltz.
dream! Art expert coming through!
Fairy circle!
A freezing storm! Tempest
Nothing
swirl!
gets
Up
by
and
me.
out! Let's go! This one's mine! Now! I never miss! Think again! Sighted! Think again! There!
Take this!
Now! Redwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! Go! You're mine!
I can carve through armor!
Sorry to trouble. Divine streak! Close one! Art sealed!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Easter!
Azure Storm!
Confiscated!
Double Demon Fang!
Raging
Shattering
cascade!
pieces! Attack time!
Dance to the wind!
Far enough!
A freezing storm! Astral energy! Dance to the wind! Ice tornado!
Here I come!
A freezing storm! No more playing nice!
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
A freezing storm!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Mega ray! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
This is some punishment.
You pay for that!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Corrosive Fury! Not today!
Into the shadows! Raging cascade! I'll bring you back from down to base! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was improved.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shionne actually look flustered. A freezing storm! More where that came from! Ice tornado! Light coming through!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life!
A freezing storm!
Even wider!
Far enough! A freezing storm!
I'll burn out!
Ice tornado!
Double Demon Fang!
A freezing storm!
Shattering pieces! Rending you apart!
Primed and ready! They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Manuel.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Freezing storm! Ice tornado! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Now! A freezing storm!
Demon Fang! Elusive
Ice
deity!
tornado! Hold on to your arms. Here I come!
What?
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You're open! Pounce this!
Burn in hell!
Freezing! Ready to go! I tornado!
Anything in armor is all mine! Bloody hell! I can carve through
Where are you going? Now! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just
Alvin!
watch and learn. That's enough!
Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other zoogles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dahna.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go. I still got a ways to go!
Hey, is that it over there?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dahna.
No offense to Shionne and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dahna alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shionne and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dahna. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dahna. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Dahnans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dahna. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renasalma, too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shionne can finally get rid of her thorns. Shionne?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Shionne? Where'd Shionne go? How could she just go off on... Shionne. Shionne! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shionne. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis. when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens...
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Dahnans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shionne. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shionne is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shionne doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dahna's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shionne in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renan would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shionne's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shionne wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shionne doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shionne what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shionne's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shionne's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shionne?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shionne, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shionne. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dahna and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.